This tutorial will now look at finding the area of a triangular prism. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to draw another rectangle here. And I'm going to draw one in the same dimensions as the previous one. I believe I'm going with 5, 6. Alright. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to actually take this rectangle, so it's 5 wide by 6 meters long. I'm going to draw a line that basically cuts it in half from this corner to this corner. And now I've split it in half, and you can see that there's 2 rectangles here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my eraser and I'm going to erase these edges, which gets rid of basically half of my rectangle and leaves me with one triangle. And this triangle I'm going to pull up so that it is 4 meters, and I'm just typing in 4 and hitting enter. And now you can see that I have a triangular prism, and I have my top and bottom triangles are the same, alright? And I have 3 separate rectangles that are all different. So what I need to do is I need to do all the measuring first before I go on to anything. So I'm going to grab my dimensions tool here, and I'm going to measure from this point here across here to get this width, and that's 5 meters. And I'll just pull it down there so we can see it. I'll measure from this point here, go across all the way to here, and let's say, actually, you know what, I'll just pull it up above it a bit. Or yeah, I'll go out like that, show it 6 meters. I am going to now, I think what I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll grab my dimensions tool again, and I'll go from this point here right down to here, and this is 4 meters, so we got our 5, 6, and 4. Now, there's one more dimension that I didn't factor in, and it's this diagonal, and that was what appeared when I split this rectangle in half. I need to know what this length is. So I'll grab my dimensions tool, and I'll measure from this point, and I'm going to go make sure that it's touching this end point here, and I'm just going to click and pull down, and it shows that this rectangle has a length of 7.81 meters. Alright? So now, here's what we need to look at. In our triangular prism, we have 3 different rectangular faces, and we have 2 congruent triangular bases. Alright? So the triangular base area, because it's half of a rectangle, here's what we look at with our formula. Okay? We can say that the area of this one is simply this. Area equals, we have two of these triangles here. So I'm going to say we have 2 triangles, and they are 6 meters by 5 meters, 6 wide by 5 meters long, or 6 long by 5 meters wide, and there's 2 triangles. But what we need to realize is that they're actually half of the original rectangle, right? So what we want to do is we want to divide this by 2. Alright? And that's our first formula that we have to calculate. Then we're going to add the length and width of all the other rectangles. here. So we have this rectangular face right now is 5 by 4. So we basically have 5 by 4. Okay, the one on the opposite side is 6 by 4. So we're going to go 6 by 4 plus one more. I'll just move this over here so we can see. We're going to orbit around here. We have this is 7.81, and remember it's 7.81 by 4 meters high. So this is the only one here that doesn't have a whole number. So we have 7.81 by 4. So now we can do all our calculating. So 2 times 5 is 10, times 6 is 60, divided by 2, so the triangular area is 30, plus 5 times 4 is 20, plus 24, plus 7.81 times 4 happens to be 31.24. So now we add all of these up. We get 74 plus 31.24 is our area of this rectangular prism. Happens to be 105.24 meters squared. And that's how we calculate the area of a triangular prism.